Let's head now to Jerry World for Japan, Sweden. The Japanese are kind of in a coin flip situation, minus 110 out of the market to win this one outright. They only need a draw as they're a point ahead of Sweden entering the final match day. So that's something to keep in mind in this one. Sweden needing to beat Japan to automatically qualify, while loss would still leave them with a bit of hope as a third place team, though a slim one. We'll start with you, Daniele. How are you playing the Swedish side of things here? Because you believe there's an opportunity for them to keep this close.
Yeah, I think there is an opportunity for them to qualify as well. I mean, having scored 5 goals in the first game is a great boost because if it comes down to goal scored or goal difference, that was going to make a difference. But of course, they need to avoid getting beaten and getting beaten heavily. According to our model, 92% chance for Sweden to qualify. Hence, they either going to win, draw, or avoid a bad loss. I mean, that are the possibilities. So my pick here is to Sweden to win or draw, a both team to score, yes, plus 162. I think because Sweden, first of all, they seem good going forward, especially when Isak and Gyökeres are, they don't have to do much tracking back and they can be unleashed as they did after Netherlands scored a couple of goals. But Sweden have kept no clean sheet in the past 16 games, including friendlies, whereas Japan are unbeaten in the last 9, and they are a side that scores against European side. In the last 8 games against European side, stretching back to the World Cup 2022, Japan have always scored. They score against Germany, Spain, Scotland, England, of course, they score against Netherlands and so on and so forth. So I think this Japanese side is there is plenty of quality. If there is a draw, it's unlikely to be a 0-0. It's probably going to be a game where both teams score. Japan have the advantage of playing quite late, so they know if they finish third or second, they might avoid Brazil or not. So let's go Sweden or draw and both teams to score. The price is huge, plus 162.
Stefano, you are on the Japanese side of things, so lay out your argument.
I am. I think Japan is a better team than Sweden. I think it's. I have not really rated the Sweden side. I tried to rate them. I tried to think, okay, this is an attack that can score several goals. They proved me right in the first game. I think they got a bit exposed against the Netherlands, the Swedish side, when they are being pressed consistently in their midfield and their back line. They struggle to get the ball up to an Isak, to a Gyökeres, and I think that Japan might do that same thing to them. The number for them on money line at minus 105, I think, is interesting to say the least. I do think that both teams can score, although I backed both teams to score in the Sweden-Netherlands match, and they made me sweat till the very end to get that goal late on. So I'm a little bit skeptical to trust this team again, not because of the quality of Gyökeres and Isak. I think that they're fantastic. Obviously, they have Ryerson as well in that team. This is this is a team that can really go for it. But I don't think that they'll get the best of Japan. If you don't want to play the money line at minus 105 for Japan because of their situation, I think a way to do that, both teams to score in Japan double chance, so to either draw or win, that is minus 115. And I think that's a good number as well, where you're still backing both teams to get a goal, but Japan should either end up with a win or finish with a 1-1, 2-2 draw as well, and you get that win as well. So I think that's a good way to attack it. I just think Japan is a better team than Sweden. I actually backed Japan here to make a little run in this tournament, depending on who they get and what matchup they get into the next round. But this is a team that does not stop running, that can score, that can play good in possession and good away from possession as well. So I'm backing Japan here.
It's go time, guys. World Cup pick today. Japan against Sweden. Group F action. The free pick here is on Japan to win on the three-way money line around minus 110. And remember, it is the three-way money line. A draw will lose this bet. This is August Young here with Doc Sports. Quick accountability, Tuesday card not final yet. I am recording this on Tuesday, but we have 22 set of World Cup videos picks, which are finished 15-7 so far. That's 68% winners. Remember, guys, I am covering every single game this World Cup, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss out on any more winners. But let's jump in here. Japan around minus 110 on the three-way money line. The draw is at plus 250. Sweden at plus 330. The total at 2.5, with the over at plus 110, the underpriced at minus 130. And I'm going to be backing Japan to win here. Japan and Netherlands both have 4 points and a plus 4 goal differential. The Netherlands currently lead Group F because they have scored more goals, but Japan know a draw guarantees progression here, but they also have the opportunity to win the group, and that matters. There's a motivation there. The Netherlands are expected to score goals against an eliminated Tunisia in the other match, so Japan may need this victory rather than simply protecting the draw here. Japan were excellent in their 4-0 victory over Tunisia themselves. Our Japan moneyline cashed very comfortably, easily in that one. They scored only after 4 minutes in that, and then they just controlled the entire match. Ayase Ueda, he scored twice, helped create another goal as well. Daichi Kamada and Junya Ito, I'm getting the names right, I think, also gave Japan quality around the penalty area. That performance was even more impressive as we saw a guy like Tikafusa Keibo. I'm getting him. He was unavailable with the knee injury, and he's an important part for them. He's still expected to be out here in this one. Now, the head coach, he's built a team that can control possessions without becoming too predictable. Japan can attack through quick passing, wide overloads, midfield runners arriving late. I like the way they kind of are formating themselves in attack. They've looked very organized in both group matches. I have to be honest, they've created goals from several different positions on the field. Now, Sweden are far more dangerous than Tunisia. They beat Tunisia 5-1 before losing then 5-1 to Netherlands. But their attack has real physical power through Alexander Isak and Victor Gyökeres. Sweden also finished with 16 attempts against Netherlands, so keep that in mind. The 5-1 score does make the performance look slightly worse than it actually was, but their defensive mistakes were punished immediately. Centre-back Isak Hyun had an extremely difficult match, and Japan's movement can expose that same uncertainty, I think. The concern for me is Japan being comfortable with a draw. They do not have to chase this recklessly by any means. It's more of me looking at the motivation where to try and win the group here. Sweden may also believe that 4 points are enough to advance as one of the better third-place teams. That could create a cautious final period for these teams if the match does remain level. But around -110, Japan have looked like the more complete, more organized, more reliable team. All that said, my exact score prediction, Japan 2, Sweden 1. Give me Japan to win on the 3-way money line at -110. I would play this to -120. At -125 or worse, I would pass. And before you jump off to place your bets, docsports.com/World Cup. Go get yourself a free $60 in premium picks, completely free, no obligation. Come over, check out the available picks, grab your free $60 there. Back to the football. For more World Cup soccer picks, you can go to Google and search Docs World Cup soccer picks. That page is updated daily with free picks, predictions, and best bets on almost every single match in the tournament. Go take it a look, guys. But okay, that is all we got for this one. Comment your exact score prediction down below. Tell me whether Japan are going to win Group F here or Sweden recover well from that Dutch defeat. Best of luck with all your wagers, folks. This is August Young. I'll see you soon.